Overcoming Your Biology, Chapter 4, an excerpt from The Stepping Off Point by Sheila Kiss. The media has set the bar way high when it comes to our expectations of what family connections should and should not be. When I was a kid, I used to experience pangs of sadness after watching the Huxtable family on television. They were so close and happy. They seemed the ideal clan because they were. The operative word here is ideal. Many of us, and I'll place myself at the front of the line, have less than ideal families. My treasured childhood memories of goodness and support come from my grandparents. They provided lessons of unconditional love and care that I carry with me to this very day. The occasional trips to my grandparents were a delight, but my day-to-day life at home was rather empty. Moments of affection, warmth, and connection were few and far between. It was as if I were a piece of furniture, occasionally glanced at and dusted. Trends are set early in life, and today I find I reside in a neutral zone where my feelings about my family are concerned. Overcoming my biology was a long, weary battlefield with gallant efforts to pull everyone together and make them act right. Eventually, I became exhausted with that kind of fatigue, the kind of fatigue sleep can't cure. After coming to realize that long-standing resentment and anger were slowly killing my spirit and quality of life, I let the hostility go. I wanted apologies and acknowledgement on behalf of the kid who received a raw deal and the adult that had to spend a massive amount of time and energy to clean up the emotional mess behind it. And by God, I was going to hold my breath until I got it. Well, who do you think turned blue and got sick, grasping for air during that long wait? Me. There were no apologies or reparations made. And guess what? They ain't likely coming. That's right. They aren't necessary. It was only necessary for me to finally absorb the great value of the lessons learned from my upbringing, use them for the greater good of all my life, and let go. It's just that simple. I hope this book deepens your insight in many ways. If I had to choose the most important lessons featured in these chapters, it would be this. Holding on to anger and resentment not only changes who you are on the inside, it distorts the way you see the world in such a powerful way that eventually you will literally become blind to the goodness and beauty around you. In other words, carrying these negative emotions around will cause you to miss out on your life, not all at once, but bit by bit, in much the same way that termites destroy a mighty oak tree. One day, I was sitting on the lake shore of Michigan. It was as if God dropped me in the center of a gorgeous postcard. Birds were flying overhead, the sky was pitch-perfect blue, and the water sparkled. I watched the children, families, and sunbathers enjoy themselves, but not me. I was too distracted with ruminations about dark memories of the past. It finally clicked on a sunny day at the beach. I was so sick and tired of carrying the 20-ton weight of resentment on my back. The wounds that were inflicted so long ago wanted to heal. How would it ever happen if I continued to pour salt on them? I'd let it all go for real. With a full understanding, there is nothing that can't be forgiven because forgiveness does not give anyone a pass. It gives you a passport to enjoy all the good, sweet moments that life has to offer, free and unencumbered from the burden and weight that carrying hostility places on your shoulders and in your heart. These days, I'm satisfied with the occasional text, call, or visit that may occur with my family. It's nice to hear from them, and I've adjusted my expectations where our relationships are concerned. The reality is I just didn't get lucky in that department. But God did send me a wonderful husband, supportive friends whom I treasure, and a few sweet alliances with extended family members whom I adore. I am loved and connected. What more can anyone ask for? I've been a huge fan of Sylvia Browne, a spiritual leader and psychic for years. I've read everything she has written. I agree with her assertion that we, as in you and me, have charted our relationships on the other side before we ever came into this lifetime. We're here to learn and overcome negativity. If we were made of brass, I repeat, if we were made of brass, then our relationships would be the fire that burns and melds us into fine works of art. How else can we get there? Sure, my family relationships have not been a walk in the park, but they have been my greatest catalyst and inspiration to serve humanity through writing and lecturing about relationships. I'll share this message with anyone who will listen. You're not here to be abused. You're here to overcome obstacles, peel back the layers, and experience your true divinity. As far as I'm concerned, the more challenging your life and relationships are, the more splendid the lessons that are available to you. If this is the case, then I should be swept away in a blaze of splendor and accompanied by gold chariots at any moment. Now, how about you? Stepping off and away from your family is particularly painful. With or without your permission, these people have been given the keys to your heart. No lock picking required. They know the buttons to push and the words to say to wreck us. We've shared intimate time and big secrets with them. The expectation is forever and a day, and no one wants to break this unwritten contract. But all contracts contain fine print that goes ignored. The fine print in the contract between family members reads simply, I'll walk beside you and honor our lineage for a lifetime, but not at the cost of my soul. That price is too high. There's more than one way to step off and away from family relationships. Taking a hatchet to your family relationships and severing ties for good is harsh. I can only back that move in extreme cases, such as chronic emotional or physical abuse. Stepping off by setting firm boundaries can be 100% effective in securing your long-range peace and sanity.